Hello, 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 and welcome to another One Lion of Code. I am One Lion, and today is Friday. Hello, Disco. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. What happened to my throat? Oh, man. Copy this message, paste this message. Hi, today is Community Day. Community Day says to us, we're going to have some fun. Community Day. Here is some information about Community Day. It's a day where I pay attention to chat throughout the entire stream, even though I kind of do that anyway. But we have conversations about whatever, and I open up a Discord voice channel for you to join if you so feel like using your voice. I'm getting that set up. Before I get too far started, I do need to finish writing an email. Show, and I've been using JSON Grid a lot. I love JSON Grid. Basta. No. Okay. Warranty status. But how are you doing? If you feel like answering, if you're so inclined to answer, please do. Let me know what's what. Oops. Paste, keep formatting, and warranty type, warranty description. Oops. That are not localized. Service levels. Even if you choose a different language. So the situations I'm facing are multi-languages we support, and 2, some fields are only ever returned in English. Oh man, sorry about this. I always end up doing this. It's like, it's going to be a quick email, and then I start typing, and then more details come out. Like, they need to know this information. No, they need to know this information. Always request in English and provide translation. Yeah, I'm just not going to send this email yet. I can't finish it right now. I just keep thinking of some more edge cases that I need to cover as far as what our response, what our action could be to handle that. So anyway, back to the stream. So here we are looking out a window over, back. There you are, window swap. No, I pushed wrong button. Interact. Berlin, Germany, where it looks like it or at least according to this picture, it recently snowed. Video. They used to have the date that the video is from. I'm assuming it's pretty recent. But there you go. That is Berlin. So what I'm going to do is hop on over to the desktop. And I am currently in Discord in the stream room. So if you are interested in having a verbal conversation using your lovely voice, just hop into any of the voice channels in Discord, let me know, and I will pull you into the stream room where you can mute the stream, and you'll be able to hear me, yourself, and see in the Discord voice channel. Yeah. But just know that if you do that, your voice will carry through on stream. I post the VODs to YouTube, so it will stay there forever. If you're not comfortable with that, then just bring up conversation in chat if you are so inclined. But until then, we're going to do the derail project, which gets its own marquee. Yes. And what we'll talk about with this project, until someone else comes up with conversation, of course, then we'll switch to that. But what we'll talk about and what we'll actually do with this is show off the structure of the remade bot. And this will be a Twitch and Discord bot. It's just going to be my overall bot service for streaming and probably socials. I don't do socials, but Discord is a social, so I guess we'll count that. So the way that I have decided to structure it so far is we have our Blazor web app.NET 8 project as the main application. We could also have done this as a client, just a regular console application if we only want a backend that's listening to and responding to Discord, Twitch, whatever other thing we want to point it to. But again, I love Blazor and I wanted to put a UI on top of it. Another option we could have had was just to have a regular ASP.NET Web API for the back end and then whatever front end we want on top of that. This is essentially that, but using .NET 8's new Blazor template. Plus I wanted to do more with Blazor anyway, with .NET 8, I mean. And I love doing things in Blazor. So, part 2, bless you, is here is where I am defining all of the back end, or all of the services and models that are used on the front end and back end. So these services could be anything from requesting information from an API. It could be the actual Signal R service definition. So all of these are just the interfaces, the definitions of those things that I want to have running the application. And so we're going to have different implementations based on where are we running from. Are we running from a client? Are we running from a server-side service or something that has access to whatever you're running this on? And then we'll be able to decide how we will respond based on that. So we'll create implementations for those in these specific class libraries that will have the implementation for, in this case, the one that we have, Blazor Bot Service. What if you're running from a burning building or an ex-wife? Just provide the implementation and you'll be fine. Yeah. You can run from anywhere, and as long as you give us the implementation in your program.cs, or just however you add it to the dependency injection container. then we'll be good to go. All right. So, hello, Big Amy. Big, huge shout out to Big Amy. I'm so glad to see that you have been able to stream again. I hope it's not been stressful where you weren't able to stream for a little while and you maybe enjoyed it a little too much. Hopefully you still enjoy streaming a lot, because I enjoy watching your streams.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. I think it's very clear. I think it
I remember
it's been designed so anybody can understand it. I like the flow of the document, so your eye kind of follows the text down as you read it. And yeah, I think you did a good job.
The end. You did a good job. So that was someone that came into his stream and asked for feedback on a school project that they were working on. Pretty much a marketing page for a product, an app, something. And it was fun. It was really cool. And he gave some good feedback on that. So good times over on Big Gaming Stream. Give him a follow if you haven't already. He's a game developer working on a game called Homeward Hound, and it's about a dog. You get to play it as a dog who got separated from his people, and you gotta make your way home, make your way back to your people. But today, if he streams today, I'm assuming you will, he will be working on his distraction project, his derail project, which is a zombie game. We're gonna have lots of fun over there. He says he will be streaming today. Awesome. Very cool times. Itchy. I will go ahead and put you in my multi-stream so that when you start, hopefully that'll just automatically start the video for me. I am honored that you are even here. So, what else do we got? Okay, so I told you about the two projects that we will be implementing our interfaces in depending on where we are running. Is it working? Yes, it's working. I remembered to start everything before the stream today. Thank goodness. Oh, that one's a lot shorter than your usual attempts. We're going to be remaking the entire bot, including the archery game. So when we do, we'll be adding the features that I've been wanting to add, such as giving you score for airtime, having the target be anywhere vertically, and like you can shoot hard enough. 100% will allow you to shoot hard enough to reach even the furthest top right corner. Let's say it's right on top of where my name is. Well done. It looks like you gave it a good shot, but your arrow flew just over the target. Missed by 1.143 meters, achieving a score of 0 in this round. You now have no remaining tries left. Remember, practice makes perfect. Good luck in future shots. Yeah, exactly. Good job, you. You sucked at this. What? Screw you, automated realms. I'm just going to sit here and laugh. Okay, so we have our shared library. We're going to have our shared models used for communicating from server to client and back. And in this case, server is just going to be a Windows service running on my machine. I'm going to be using the Kestrel server and running this as an executable in my services the way that I currently am. But you can run it however you want. You can deploy it to a server, be able to access it anywhere, or cloud host or something. This will be open source. This will be available on my GitHub, or should already be available on my GitHub as we put this together. I'm still considering whether or not to use state management. So one of the things that I will want is my client side state information. Here's your participation report. And what this is mainly for is persisting information across navigation. That was really fun to say. So what I mean by that is, let's say that you're on this screen here, and each one of these clicks are a page navigation. Then the information that's up here needs to be persisted somehow. In .NET 8, we have different ways of persisting form data and page data in general, so we're going to explore that too. And that's why I'm not sure what all I'm going to use my state management for anymore. So I used to use it for all the things, like if I've already done a query for all of my lookup items for a drop-down list, I cache them and store them in state in one of these state classes. And then I just say, instead of going out to the internet and trying to get the lookup items again, use your cached version if you already have it, and then maybe only do a web request for anything that may have changed since this point in time, whatever the most recent items change date, last updated date is. +1. That's fine. Okay, so that's that. And then I have one project that represents my entire UI. I will use, will I? I don't know if we're going to use my custom Blazor component library, the one that I already have out there on GitHub. Speaking of, here is my GitHub, in case you are wanting to see the mess that is One Lion's GitHub. But I have a component library that I created 3 years ago when I was first playing around, maybe 4 years now, when I was first playing around with Blazor and needing a good set of reusable components for all 9, 10, however many applications it was that I was doing the conversions for. Kawaii kitten. Goodness griefus. Distracted. Boosh, boosh. Okay. But we may just come up with our own, because there I don't have very many components per se on my Blazor UI currently for the bot, for the current version of the bot that we're using. It's just this kind of chat message received dialogue, and it tells us whether we're connected to the Signal R hub or not. And the system messages, well, just all chat echo split up by some discriminator. In this case, this would be channel, and one of the channels are system messages. And then the actual channel connector, the one that says what channel do you want to connect to start listening for chat, and then the commands list. Oh, and the Twitch, not API, what's the other one? The one where you can do redemptions. So the redemption, the three-legged authentication, whatever that one's called. Anyway, so there's that. I do want a page for the bot when we get to it. This is the archery game itself. And this is whenever I need to either add messages to the automated realms bot or just make sure that he's alive. Are you alive? And then, what was the last message you received? Yeah, so this is me being able to add context into the bot without you guys seeing it, I guess. Yeah, that's that. That's that. So that's how the bot currently works, and those are the structural decisions that I'm making for the Bot Remake. And I'm cleaning it all up so that I can put it on GitHub, open source, make it available to anyone that would want a baseline Blazor bot. Anyway, that's it. We're caught up. Hi, TBD Gamer. Missed your stream this morning. I was sad, but that's okay though. It's okay. I don't want to make you feel bad for not being able to stream or just not streaming. So I apologize if I did just then. Oh no. Man, it sounded like your voice was getting much better too. So right now I'm just doing a little bit of cleanup of the template scaffolded items that you get with the new Blazor web app. And in this case, the new Razor class library. And we're going to go ahead and do this work in a new branch instead of on main. One of the things that I should set up right away is locking down main. And then number 2 is the test library. I really don't want to slow down development by trying to learn how to write good tests and how to use BUnit. But at the same time, because we don't really work on this much on community days as it is. And so if I'm just bogging down anytime that we do work on it with trying to figure out how to write tests, it's going to be annoying. I'm going to call this branch initial imp. Actually, no, first we're going to do this the DevOps way. So I really wish there was an app out there that was, more tailored towards developers, that was a project management type system. So I wouldn't have to worry about all of the distracting backlog garbage and be able to focus truly on stories and accomplishing them. If you couldn't tell, I'm doing a coy shout out to TBD Gamer. So one of the projects TBD Gamer works on his stream is just that, a project management app that is tailored more towards getting stuff done as a developer. He's kind of shared his experience with certain DevOps tools that have just been distracting and bogs him down. And so he found a need for that. But on Mondays and Tuesdays, he works on a project called Water Drink Water, which is a community application that he only works on streams. He does pull requests, reviews on stream. If you want to contribute to that, then definitely check it out at it open somewhere. Excuse me, are you the one that has water drink water? I have so many windows open. No, I don't. See, these are all these. No, I don't. Shame. Here we go. Okay, so this is the link to the community project for TBD Gamer. If you're interested in contributing, he is accepting pull requests. And so it's an app for pretty much setting a goal for yourself for how much water you're going to drink a day and then logging it. And so he's been having some fun PRs, some just good times on his stream. So that's Mondays and Tuesdays at 7:30 Eastern time. One day I'm going to remember and not be Sorry, we have an emergency release going out today. Of course, the one that I've been talking about all week long that we probably should have had out the door by Tuesday. Okay, and then of course, this bot that I am making, I guess I'd be interested in having pull request, community participation. You are definitely welcome to it if you feel so inclined. It is public and it is here. Water. Oh, you didn't do exclamation point water though, so it doesn't count. And this isn't Big Gamey Stream where you can just have words in chat and have crazy things go off because you typed how much you love water, and then you hear I can feel. Can you feel the love? I got words. I know words. But yeah, this is the project here. Not pull requests. I'm gonna start issues. I'm doing this in a DevOpsy kind of way. Bug documentation, first help, enhancement. Yeah, I'm gonna add a new label. It's called task. Yeah, that's a terrible one. No, we're just gonna use enhancement for these. Okay, so coming up with some features that we want in the bot that I already know exist that we're going to do in branches. And so the ones that I can come up with, feel free to shout them out in chat. Or again, it is community day, so the voice channels are open. Just let me know whether or not you are in a voice channel room waiting to be pulled in. I am enunciating a lot because I don't know what I am talking about or thinking. One of the things that we need to do is to create the actual backend for the initial implementation of the backend for the Blazor bot. That is more than one task. That should probably be broken down into smaller tasks. I don't exactly know how to do that. I haven't really ever done a greenfield project where I had actually been doing DevOps. I can say that for real. Like every job that I've gone to has already had some kind of DevOps thing, or even if I was the one to set it up, it was still for a project that was mostly complete and we just needed to do enhancements to and stuff. So I don't exactly know what work items to create for a brand new project, if any. Like, do you normally just do all of your initial dev until it's set up, or do you actually create work items for each individual thing? So like one thing would be define services. Hello, Napalm. Define services. Yeah, define services. Add test library. Let's do that one. So that one's going to be a oh, I'm trying to add issue, not search for. I was like, why can't I find labels? Is it really an enhancement? Because I really want a label called like initial dev or something. Cool, I got some feedback on it. Okay, so the answer could be, if I'm building tickets for this stuff, I don't worry about being general, but try and make the issues manageable chunks that add some value. Yeah, and in this case, we have pretty much a clean slate. The only thing that I have set up is the solution architecture. And that's it. I've created a new Blazor web app project, created some class libraries, and created my Razor class library for the UI. And that's it. So now I want to start identifying which that's what it is. So adding a test library. Is that what they're called? Just test library. Library. Why are there two projects? There should only be one. Oh, what I meant is I only created one in this here. Projects are not linked to the repository directly. Yeah. Interesting. I'm not exactly sure I understand that. So projects are not linked to the repository directly. You could technically have a project and have tickets in it from multiple repositories. So I thought that that projects list from creating a new item, this projects list, came from this projects tab. And it's just odd that they're both named the same thing. Oops, I'm creating a pull request already. Look at all that work that I did. Looking around benchmark.net today, says Napalm. Very simple and quick. I dig it. Awesome. Super cool stuff. Identify what services needed. Create interfaces in the Hello Irish John Games. Bah, it got clipped. It looks really cool though. Shout out to Irish John Games. If you don't know, I'm sure all of you know who he is, but just in case, if you don't know him, Irish John Games is a Unity developer, game developer working on a game called Rise of Piracy. Check it out on Steam. Yar. You can find the link there. You can also see it on the Microprose website because Microprose is his publisher. So if you head on over to microprose.com, scroll through the banner, and you will see Rise of Piracy right there. Irish John Games, creator, extraordinaire, being amazing. Just take a look at these. Take a look at this. You won't be able to hear the sound. Menasai. Pew. Ah, so close, BitGamey, so close. I'm enjoying the music. If you want to hear the music, then just head on over to the Microprose site or the Steam page and check out the trailers. Look at this water. He's been doing so much work on it, and you have to redeem archery first. He's adding voices that he got back. Man, that is a tiny target, at least on my screen. Oh, I see you're trying to be... Wait, what are you saying, Automated Realms? Oh, okay. I was like, how is it responding? Did somebody talk to it? So Automated Realm said to Big Amy on his shooting attempts, hey, Big Amy, it looks like your shot flew over the target quite a bit. So holy cow. So your score is 0 for this shot. Unfortunately, that yeah didn't scare me because the trailer music is so loud. I would have jumped, I promise. Anyway, hey, big game, look at your chef over coffee. Your score is 0. The arrow missed by over 1.5 feet, which is definitely one to learn from. Damn. Remember, practice makes progress. If this continues, your max score remains at 0. The game is scored out of 100, so there's room for you to improve. Good luck on your next try. And then Big Gamey said, shut your face. That's all. And then Automated Realms responded to that saying, oh, I see you're trying to be a little salty about your poor performance. Don't worry though, I'm here to help. Next time, try aiming a bit higher with more force. The target is small, so a little extra push can make all the difference. Remember, practice makes progress. Says it just like that. That was awesome. Nice shot though. Trying to shoot for 105, so it's on a scale of 0 to 100. It told you that, and the angle is between -90, which is straight down, and 90, which is straight up. There's no wind resistance. You're small. How about that? Automated Realm said, Big Gamey, it looks like your shot was too high, but that was Irish John Games that was shooting just then. Your shot was a bit too high and a bit too strong. You scored 102 for that shot? No, you didn't. Which is definitely an improvement from your previous shots. Keep practicing and you'll get better. Your score is now 102. No, it's not. Oh. Look at the baby target. Anyway, real quick, here is a clip from Irish John Games stream. In case you have never seen him, this is what you can expect. Probably lots of cursing.
All right, here we go.
Where are we going? This looks recent.
One shot.
Oh yeah.
Fucking one shot of this. You are kidding me.
Oh, I want that. I want that as a
We haven't
sound
run
clip
the
for our
project
channel.
since we started. How long have we been going? An hour? I fucking
Hour
I'm
of
proud of that.
coding, and that was the first time that you ran it that day. Wow. Metric. You didn't like the 15.118 meters? That was quite an attempt. It looks like your arrow didn't hit the target. It flew a bit high, covering 15.118 meters, more than it should. I hope you had fun trying. Remember, the maximum score is 100, and unfortunately your total score for this shot is 0. Please note that you have no more remaining tries left. Keep practicing. You'll hit the target soon. Lies. You will never hit the target. This target moves as soon as the arrow gets close enough. Irish John, it's your turn. What? I'm the one that just redeemed archery. Didn't I? Okay. You're so weird, Automated Realms. You're so weird sometimes. Shoot. Actually, I want to do pew. Pew. 660. First shot? What? What? Make up your mind. Is it me? Or is it one lion? Aw. Rigged. No, I'm cheating though, because like I use the same numbers every time. And this is why I want to make it to where the longer it stays in the air, the higher your score, because you could almost always use a really low angle between 4 and 6 and a medium to high velocity or magnitude and almost always hit the target. It's a lot more skill doing it at an arch. What? And that, yeah. If you hit the target and you're like shooting at 80 degrees up, That should be like 1,000,000 billion points. That should be a free sub. And we could definitely do that too in time. So if you have, like, I want to accumulate the score that you get per round. And if you achieve a score over a certain threshold, you get a free sub. From your favorite food place, that is. I mean, to the channel is what I meant. But yeah, that bot game, if you didn't know, is built completely in Blazor using HTML, CSS, and C# code behind. No JavaScript, I don't think. I think I got away with being able to do it without JavaScript. It was a lot of fun. And the archer character sitting right here, pet. That was done in Figma. That was just a random. I needed a avatar thing to use, and so we just kind of threw them together. And so we have two options for them: the arrow, the target. Those were all just done in Figma. And so it would be nice if you could customize different parts of the arrow, of your arrow, maybe the color of your bow, and then whether you want to be chibi or regular sized. The height of the character is dynamic. It's random every time that you spawn. I'm blind, expected it to be higher. So yeah, lots of stuff, but I mean, we have to get to the point where we add the game to this bot. And who knows, it might be even better to just go ahead and do it in Unity and let physics do all of the maths for me, because the way that I'm doing the arrow is I have the arrow's position at whatever you put as your frame rate. So you can customize. Yeah, let me start with that. You can customize. Let me uncheck this. The game itself using the browser view. And one of the things that you can customize is, what even was I talking about? Maximum velocity. Oh, max target height. I could probably. I'm curious, what happens if we turn up max target height? I haven't actually tested this, so it's probably gonna break everything. Oops. Oh, that's what I was talking about. The way that I calculate the target positions. So frame rate. Positioning. Nope. Game settings. Max target height. Let's set to. No, that's min. Min target height. Let's set to 0.5 meters above the ground. Max target height we'll set to 10 meters above the ground and see what happens. Hello, Foolish Snubble. Hope you're having a great day today. Archery. And now we're going to have 2 archeries going on. Maybe, unless I just broke it. Oh, I keep doing that. You have to push twice. Mob spawns twice. Holy cow. Oh. So first of all, the target height is relative to the total play area's height. And second, the play area's positioning is based off of the center. So when I made it 10 meters tall, it also made it further down. So let's move you up. There we go. Oh, this target is going to be so hard to hit. So apparently the target size is tied to... Oh, this is max target height, not max target elevation. I need a setting for max target elevation. Got it. Anyway, yeah, we'll just leave it like this for the rest of the stream, though. You'll get a target that is anywhere from 0.5 meters tall to 10 meters tall. Shoot. Maybe now BitGamey's 8015 will work? Nope. Harder. 8040? Oh, come on. You got this. You got this. And it's gone for... Oh. Close. 38. Okay, so like I said, the way that I have the animation working is that you tell it what frame rate you want the animation to play at. Where even is that setting? Apparently that's not a... Yes. Thank you for the bit. Apparently that's not a setting you can set. You can only change the speed at which it plays, so it keeps the same frame rate. It just iterates through it faster. So you still get... I love them. It's still... they're so distracting. But in the best way. Yeah, something. You know what I'm trying to say. There was a taco. So you get a frame rate, and because you have a frame rate, you have the beginning, you have the end, you have the time it takes to get from the beginning and end of the animation. Split that up into your frame rate. You get the position at every point during your timestamps. So essentially you get keyframes from that. And then I have the I create a div or an element, an HTML element for the arrow at every single one of those positions transformed to this UI. And then I have it animate from the starting position to the ending position for that one instance, for that one frame rate position time thing. And then once it reaches that end, the next one appears and then animates and then disappears, and the one after that appears, animates, disappears. And so I have a whole bunch of divs that get created. Positioning. But elements. Look at all these beautiful elephants. Nope, that's code. It's OBS stuff. Oh, why are we up there? Archery game is what I want. GUIs? GUIs? Projectile path. So all of these are the arrow at one point in time. And you can see it moving along as I mouse over it. And so they are all full of these SVGs for the arrow. And so that's a lot of DOM elements that gets created for one arrow shot, especially if you are shooting at a high angle, high velocity. And yeah, you could potentially create thousands of these divs. And then for each one, there is this animation delay based off of its timestamp in the, I'm just going to call it sequencer. But then that makes it really hard to sync up the audio track time. So I have an audio element that gets displayed in order to play sound. But yeah, You get it all. You guys understand, I'm sure. But that makes me want to do this in something like Unity instead. I like the double sound. Thanks for that. Watch me miss. I did miss. How in the world did I miss? Anyway, so it does a different sound based off of whether you're using full power or just normal power. And if you're Dukasoft, it plays an even more special sound. No, I didn't want to actually close the bot. Over here. Go back to your home. So anyway, that's what we're working on remaking. One of the things we're working on remaking. But first we need to create some work items. Soliciting again. Today is Community Day, so if you have any topics you would like to discuss, then please bring them up. Feel free to bring them up in chat or join the Discord voice channel. Any voice channel will do. Let me know and I'll pull you into the stream room where your voice will carry through onto the stream. Absolutely no requirement to, just letting you know that it is there. Label. Enhance. Enhance. Create interfaces in the shared library for all of the services bot project we use. All of them, every single one of them. This is where I want to start. Let's actually, dang it. This is where I want to start. Where we actually are going to start is adding the test library. So I didn't say we need to add tests right now, but we are going to add the test library. So I am going to go ahead and create my first branch. Although what changes have I already made? I did some cleanup and I don't want those in my I don't want those in either of those branches. So let's start with this one instead. I'm good at sticking to my first decision. Can you tell? Clean up initial project setup. Assign to me for invalid. Won't fix. Enhancement. Everything's going to be an enhancement because I don't have any good categories for this initial project stuff. I'm just not really, I just don't know what to use. That's all. That's all. Okay, so we're going to use this issue number as our branch name. New proj, clean up. Pull the changes. Bring the changes with us. WeFOS. Okay. What else can we clean up while we are here then? We don't need... Good. So I created the Blazor web app project without sample pages. So we don't need to clean that up. And we do get the account pages for free because I did scaffold it using the identity individual accounts. I was finally able to watch the video from Patrick God. Amazing video that was very simple, very straightforward, that gets you introduced to using roles, or just both auth and auth. Authentication and authorization in a new .NET 8 project. Let me pull up the link to that. Don't laugh at me. Actually, please do. Okay, so here is the video from Patrick God on that. At the very end is where he shows how to set up roles. And so we were able to get authentication and authorization to work on my main, not my main project, on one of the projects from the Rocky Mountain Arsenal. I don't know if you guys remember, I used to work for the Rocky Mountain Arsenal. So I pulled up one of the repos that was .NET 6 and I created a new .NET 8 project. And I hooked it up, pointed it to the identity server, the existing identity store, which is in SQL Server. And login worked right away, not an issue. However, the authorize attribute was not able to see any roles because roles wasn't set up, and I've been meaning to watch any tutorial or read through any tutorial to figure out how to set up roles. And it was as simple as, I'm going to see if I can do this off the top of my head. So forgive me if it's not great. Go into the program CS of your server project. Add roles to your identity. And our, even our backend. So the scaffolded application identity context in this project, which inherits from identity DB context, only has a custom identity user, but it uses the default identity role. So when we add roles, we only need to add it for the default identity role. And then there are two minor changes to make. Number one is to get the role into the cookie or into the claims in general. And the way you do that is from the persisting revalidating authentication state provider that lives on the server. So we add a new class to our user info object, which is the model that we're using for our claims. We'll add role. Oh, we need to actually grab the role. So we're going to assume, because we're going to write it ourselves, that when we are getting a role, we'll get it in our claims principal using a known what is the name of these things? A known entity type? A named entity type? Anyway, so this is one of the default named entities from Jot, from Bearer, from everything, where it knows the name of a role is going to be whatever this value is. So we get the role back here, and I'm lazy, so I added the property to this instantiation before even creating the property, and then I'm just going to say create the property for me because lazy, and so it did. We will make it required. Actually, we won't make it required. We're going to leave it as not required. Nate says Azure backend, probably not surprisingly, makes a huge difference getting across the ocean compared to public internet. Yeah, sounds about right. I could see that. Okay, so that was place number one in order to get roles set up. Place number two is in the persistent revalidating authentication state provider in the client project. And here you can see where it's requesting the claims. And so we're going to add a claim to here for roll your boat. And we're going to default it to empty string. And I kind of don't want to add it unless it is, it has a value. So not string is null or white space. Why are you giving me a type? Like this is a method. That's really weird. What are you doing, Copilot? Okay, claims not append. What don't you like about this? Use a discard. So can someone tell me? I can look this up myself, but if you happen to know why I am always getting a suggestion for Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Does the append... Yeah, the append does not... it's never mind. I know why this one was telling me to use a discard, but I have gotten in other cases a suggestion to use a discard for some of my methods that perform operations on the reference to whatever object you're passing to it. And I don't use any output. So let's say that it returns some kind of response object or a Boolean as to whether or not that worked. So for example, if I was just going to try parse something, which doesn't really work because that's out only. So anyway, you know what I mean? Something that has a ref. And I make a modification to the referenced object, but I don't care about whether it was successful or not or whatever I'm returning. Is it good practice to use a discard? Or is it okay to just let the method be the method call? But in this case, we need to update our claims because arrays are immutable. You cannot add, new, and remove from. Array. And I would write this differently because I prefer, and I know there are people that don't, but I prefer using implicit. So I would do var and then have this be a new whatever it is. Well, Abby Knight, I believe it's to show intent. Yeah, I believe I agree with you. That you intentionally didn't mean to use the return value of the method. I could be wrong though. Yeah, it made sense while I was saying it out loud. I was starting to think, you know, it's probably one of those readability things. So I'm gonna have to agree with you. X gets the square. Solo Solipsist is here. Shout out to Solo Solipsist. If you don't know Solo Solipsist, give him a follow. He is worth it. He does mixed reality development, cross-platform, multi-platform even. So the same app being able to be used in multiple platforms, such as in the Apple Vision Pro, which I like to call the Aliens versus Predator, the Meta Quest, the HTC Vive, the HoloLens, desktop, PC, web, all things MR. Definitely check him out. And if you're interested in what kind of content he has, here is an example. Oh yeah, I took this one. Shaker.
Awesome. I love out of context clips. That's the whole reason for clips to exist in the first place. Just taking anything out of context. Yeah, okay, it's trying to throw stuff again.
Anyway, I don't know why, but my clips just suck. I know that I set the time thingy to the right beginning and end, and then it always ends up shifted to the right later than I wanted it to be. So, good times. But anyway, he is making human pets. Sorry, he said not to call him that. He is making an app where you can interact with avatars and actually have them react to physics using things like boingy bones. I think they're called boingy bones. It's an Unity asset, I believe. Yeah, he usually streams on Fridays in about 30 minutes to an hour. Shout out to Boing Kit. So I will be over there lurking on his stream. Definitely. Because mixed reality is definitely one of the things that I definitely want to definitely get into. Definitely. Thank you, Irish John, for getting me stuck on saying things like that. I blame you. Definitely. One more clip, by the way. I didn't actually do a shout out clip for Big Gamey, did I? If I did, oh well. It's worth watching. Show up. Oh, wait. That was a regular shout out. I need SO. Get Blamey. Now do it.
22%. It's getting there slowly. Very slowly, but surely.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Forgot that I put that in.
I love it. So his stream, he has keywords for all over the place. And so if you type something in chat, if you even put an emote that has one of the keywords in there, true will, you'll hear a sound. It'll do something on stream. It's really cool. It's really fun times over on his stream. So check him out. Anyway, we added the claim. So, or we only add the claim if there is a role to add. So this essentially should give us the ability in whatever pages we are using it in to have the attribute authorize, which we could do with the scaffolded template and all that stuff. Have worked until we did what we just did, and we'll test it out, of course. Oh my goodness. My core soft. Oh wow. Why don't you have any IntelliSense? Anyway, what we wouldn't have been able to use until just now is roles. Or whatever role you want to put in here. The other place that you can use roles is in an authorize view component. I don't know what's up with my IntelliSense with this, but it has a role parameter that you can also specify roles if you want to only block off parts of the page. Authorized. Not authorized. Display different content based off of whether the user is in a specific role on the page. So, good stuff. I have no idea why you're broke. Okay, so now we know how to add roles. We need to figure out whether they work or not eventually. Maybe I want a mod view so that my one mod could go into the app and do magical things, manage the stream, make things appear on my screen. But yeah, there you go. That's that. I'm gonna close the Razor page so that we might eventually get IntelliSense and syntax highlighting and stuff working again. Nope. No such luck. Whatever. It's fine. It'll work when we rebuild. Everything will be grand. It'll be great. It'll be fantastic. It'll be wonderful. I would also like to redeem a topic expert for the frog, the GitHub frog, or whatever this thing is. Okay, moving on. We're still doing cleanup. We're getting rid of unused objects, classes, and scaffolded pages. I think we're pretty much done, so we're gonna move on. Wrong button. Cleaned up unused classes and other files. I could have just committed and pushed because I know that I'm done. So to a lot of people that are solo devs, this process here that I am doing might seem a bit cumbersome or a bit too much. Like, why would you do this to yourself? You're working by yourself, you can commit to the main branch and everything will be hunky-dory. You still have all of your commits so you can roll back whenever you want. Why would you do work in a branch just to create a PR? Because you can also just merge directly to main, but just to create a PR that will get merged into main and then delete the branch and then pull main and then create a new branch for your next bit of work. And then, yeah. So it seems like a lot, but it helps me to be very organized. And let's say that I'm working on a feature or an enhancement and I realize that I'm stuck on that one, so I want to work on something else. Then I can just create a branch off of main and then work on the other thing and then finish them in whatever order you want. So that's one reason why. Second reason is for what TBD Gamer is saying, which is just to keep the discipline. And the reason you would want to keep the discipline is because let's say you do end up working on a team or you do get other contributors to the project. Yeah, plus one feature branches other way. You get other contributors to the project, then you already have this system set up for pulling in changes through pull requests. And no one is ever able to commit directly to main, for example, which we're going to do as soon as I finish this PR. I will be my own reviewer. Yeah, assigned to myself. You guys are reviewing for me. Enhancement. Project. I wish it pulled in the project for the related issue. Complete number 3. The end. Just completes number 3. And so what that should do is associate this pull request with the actual issue. And so now we can see that we get history for this issue. We don't need any rules for approvers at the moment. However, we will lock down main. Whoa. Did it actually miss? I mean, I guess because you have to hit the horizontal center anywhere within the target's height, but at the horizontal center, and it looks like it hit the ground right at the horizontal center. So either decrease the angle by like 0.1 or 2, or increase your magnitude by what? Or just, you know, shoot off into space. Oh jeez. That didn't even look like it hit the horizontal. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh.
I got a bad feeling about this.
That was awesome. Oh dear. Okay, so anyway, I'm happy with that branch. I tested it. I made sure it doesn't need any fixing, so I don't need to keep the branch. So I'm deleting the branch, switching to main, pulling main, deleting my local copy of that branch. And I mean, like, I'm so used to this process now that I'm like, why did I ever do this differently? ever. It feels right, you know? Pew. Oh, man. I want to shoot at a high angle. Yes, I got a massive target. Pew. 80. 19. Nope. I keep thinking that 19 is going to be enough. 25. 30. 5. Come on. Nope, it didn't make the sound. Since the audio isn't synced up, we would have known whether I hit it or not. Wait. I think it just timed out. It was in the air for too long. But that looked like it hit the target. What can I get with my points? What lie are you? You can redeem your points for various rewards, such as exclusive access to a game, a virtual pet, or even a shout out in chat. Like the shout out is better than the access to a game or a virtual pet. And I think the virtual pet it's talking about is Solo Solips's project. Anyway, or even a shout out in chat. Keep participating and accumulating points to unlock these cool rewards. Don't lie to people, automated ROMs. So that is an absolute lie. I'm telling you now, you will not get anything for your points from the archery game. Downside of benchmarking locally, I can't do anything on my machine so as to not influence results. Oh yeah. So as soon as you start your benchmark, you're like, hands off. Can't even move the mouse. And then screensaver kicks in. You're like, wait a minute. Okay, anyway, we are going to... I honestly don't know where this is. Last time Thindle did it for us, and since I'm mentioning him, shout out to Thindle. He is a .NET developer working on modernizing an app, going from .NET Framework through going from web forms through .NET Framework through .NET Core and beyond. Check him out. But he's the one that locked down the branches for me. And I'm not quite sure how to lock it down myself. Branches. Add branch protection rule. Main. Wait. That's not what I think it is. Require a pull request before merging to... Require a review from code owners. Lock branch. Define whether collaborators can delete, force push to the branch, and set blah 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 blah. So when this says lock branch, is this specifically talking about the branch that I define? Yeah, protect matching branches. Okay, so the branch name pattern is going to be main only. And that's it. Require linear history? That would be mean. Okay, and then allow force push from Umberto. From I am listening. And me at automated realms. No delete. to this branch. Main will always be main. Cool. Done. Protection rule on. Now we can't commit directly to main. I will go ahead and do a pull. I know it's up to date, but just in case, you know? All right, so now we're going to do the test library step. And again, still community day. If you have any topics that you would prefer to discuss, please bring it up and we will take time to discuss it. In progress. I keep pushing Control S. You can push Control S in Visual Studio in Azure DevOps. I'm so used to that. So number 1. Oh yeah, I keep asking this, but tell me your favorite branch naming convention, if you feel so inclined. I do need to shout out this song. If you don't know Fly By Midnight, and you happen to like their style of music, and you've never heard of them before, definitely give them a check. There's a song that I just can't get out of my head called Try. It's so good. I'd play it on stream, but I don't want to get DMCA, copyright, blah, blah, blah. So I'll just tell you about it. It's such a good song. And my favorite lyric from it is, apathetic is the new aesthetic, so we never talk about it all the time. It's just so clever. Okay. Add B-unit project. Activating language Razor client failed. That's what's happening to my Razor codes. Oh, jeez, there it is again. Massive target. There is no way you can miss. No way you can miss. Except that you only have a, what? I think it's 5 pixels? 5 pixel width. Horizontally. But anywhere within that vertical space, you can do it. Why? Why is it like on the outer edge suddenly? It used to be right in the middle of the target. That's okay though. We're remaking the bot. We'll make this better. Wingardium Levioso. Wingardium Levioso. I don't have a... I guess I can use this as my wand. Yeah, I did too. It looked like it was going straight for the bullseye. Oh, how close was that? Oh, we're not going to know until your third try, but that was really close to the vertical center, whatever that means. And 74 only? It's probably because of... No, it would have been a much smaller change for how tall the target was. So it's the relative distance from the center. The percentage between where your arrow hit from the center to the edge. And that's saying you were only 3/4 of the way from the edge to the center. It's lying to you. I demand that, or I recommend that we make demands to the developer of the... Oh. Fail times. So mesmerizing. I am still pretty impressed, and I will pat myself on the back for this, that the arrow flight animation is that smooth. Because again, it's div show the element, animate it from left to right and up, disappear, next one appears, animate left to right, disappear, reappear. 69 points. Good job, Big Kimi. It looks like One Lion's arrow was a bit too high. Maybe project from center to nearest point on edge. So this is HTML and CSS. It's not Unity. It's not 2D, 3D, nada. Just HTML and CSS and C# logic for modeling the flight of the arrow. But that's why I was saying maybe I really should just look into using something that was intended for this, either 3JS for doing actual WebGL, or web, yeah, you know what I mean, or Unity, of course. I give up already. Okay, what did I do? Did I actually create this branch? I did create the branch. So let's add our testing framework library that I am absolutely going to use. I'm not just creating it so that it's there so that someone else can start creating unit tests and other types of tests. So if you guys don't know BUnit though, and you do write Blazor, definitely give BUnit a check. It's a testing library for Blazor component. I read that off the screen if you couldn't tell. Where you can actually write unit tests, which are kind of more like functional tests for a component, for a specific component. It's making sure that it renders correctly, that when you pass data to it, it shows the correct information on screen, the right number of elements, all of that stuff. So it's unit as far as the individual components themselves, but more functional because you're checking the actual rendering of the component and doing automation gestures to it and making sure it gives you back the right information. Written by Eagle Hansen, created by and maintained by. So yeah. Unity. Does anyone still use that? Oh wait, never mind. And Solo's like, too soon. Too soon. Blazor bot test. I'm gonna do testises. And I like XUnit. So you can use any test framework that you're used to on top of this, any unit test framework. I learned a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit of XUnit, so that's why I stick with that. So there. So that's it. Added the unit. The end. Save. Commit. That's the only thing that I did in this branch. And again, a lot of you are going to be like, or not a lot of you, some of you may be like, this is just too much work. You only made one change. You could have done that directly to main. But I locked down main for one, and for two, again, we're tracking the work that gets completed. And it's also good to stay in practice. Yeah. I have an opportunity where I may be working as an independent developer again, or solo developer. And I'm still going to be doing this on my one-man team, especially since it's for another company, and it may be a case where in time some other developer is going to pick up the project and it'll be easier for them to see what work was done on it based off of commit history, pull requests, whatever. The other thing that I love about pull requests is that when you're comparing the code, you can actually see, and I actually had to do this a couple nights ago, you can see what was changed. And so there was a change that was requested to be made, and then they're like, oh wait, we told you the wrong logic, even after I followed up and said, are you sure this is the right logic? Here's what I'm doing. And they're like, yeah, this is the right logic. And then the next week they're like, well, we told you incorrectly. This is the actual logic. So I went through the PR for that one change, and it was one change, one PR kind of situation. That's how I also like to work. As far as when bugs, tasks, and features are concerned, I like doing one change in one branch, or one implementation, or whatever it happens to be. So in this case, I was just able to go in here, find out what I had already changed, and then update the filter essentially for what data gets displayed to use the new rule. Again, one easy, quick change. It was nice. Yes. Oh, a million times correct. I mean, I agree with you, Solo. Solo said, in my opinion, one change per commit, but multiple commits per PR. Multiple small commits at that. So if I was going to go ahead and set up some unit testing, I would do a commit immediately after creating the new project. Maybe I would clean up, and actually I am going to. Don't make changes after you make your PR. If someone has already reviewed it. Oh man, that's something that happens on our team way too often. We require one other developer to review PRs, and so we'll review it as is, and then one of the people will make another change to the branch for that PR and be like, it's already been reviewed, commit. You just broke everything. If you're going to do that, require the PR to be reviewed if there is a commit to the branch. Just saying. Just saying. So anyway, I just did some code cleanup, that's all. Just some code cleanup. Unused. So I am committing and pushing. However, this PR has not been reviewed yet. Ergo, we will see it on here. So if I were going to set up new tests as well, then I would create one test file, maybe write a few tests in it and finish with that file and then commit. And then I would write another test file reviewed by Twitch chat. Yes, exactly. And then in that test file, I write my test, but let's say I'm in the middle of writing my tests and it's the end of the day and the code still does work. I would do a local commit. Actually, the end of the day, I would do a full commit unless there are changes that cause it not to be able to build. Then I only do a local commit. That's just my process. Again, you don't have to follow it. You don't have to do it yourself. Do what feels right. Do what your team decides is right, and your team could just be you by yourself. So, yeah. I do want to do automated testing, though. That's another reason for adding the unit tests. But I think we're going to try to do it in the opposite order that I did it before. I tried to do TDD. I failed at it. So instead, we're going to do the inverse of TDD, where I write a method and then I write tests for it. Make a class or whatever it is that I'm doing. Okay, so that's that. Here's the PR. We're gonna go ahead and prove it. The inverse of TDD. I don't know what to call it. TRD? TRL. I miss TRL. Merging is blocked. Oh shit. Oh shit. Bushy real good. Oh no, wait, that's the project, isn't it? The project is in progress. So yeah, we're completing that. And this is the thing that I love about using the comments to associate it. I think when I merge, or first of all, when I created the PR, it associated it with the issue. But now that I have merged, and I'm gonna delete the branch because we tested it, everything works the way that we want it to. Except that I just now remembered something that I should have added. When we look at the issue for that, it is not closed. I thought that it automatically set the status to closed. Whatever. So much. This is one of the things that I don't like about DevOps. I do like Azure DevOps because you do have the little check mark that says complete the work item. But I don't think that there is, I mean, there might be an automated way for you to say, mark it as resolved and assign it to testing team, for example. What do you want, Adam? No. You can't make me. Okay, so this is the one that I care about the most anyway. Like TBD Gamer, I prefer focusing on the functionality portion of applications. However, on the main project, we have been doing nothing but design. But I do want to kind of say I did make a change after the stream on Wednesday to where, what was it, the button, I think I made white outline, white text in the top bar. I still don't know if I like that or not. But this was the case where we tried to make the secondary buttons have the inverse color, because I'm saying inverse a lot, of the regular buttons, but it was not, there wasn't enough contrast. So for now, I'm just making it white. But we'll revisit it on Monday, make it better. Okay, so the thing that I forgot to do in the B unit project was to associate the create a reference from the main project, the main application, or actually the UI, I should say, to the project. Why do you have unsaved changes? That was weird. You guys saw that, didn't you? It said my solution had unsaved changes. That's very odd. Anyway, old main, deleting that branch, creating a new branch for my next bit of work, which was service interfaces. Okay, the downside of working on your own, you are the testing department as well. This is one case for, don't hate me for this. This is one case where AI could help out a lot of solo developers, individual teams, even small teams, even large teams, but automated test writing. I mean, we already have things that can create tests for us, but having an actual AI agent whose job it is, or set of agents, I should say, whose job it is to take your code base, pass it around each other, and get feedback off of each other for which tests should exist. So Solo is saying, unfortunately, so also the case at many large companies now too. But I think test writing is a good place where AI could help us a lot, because there aren't very many devs that I know of, and I don't know very many devs or anything, but there aren't many that I know of that enjoy writing tests. What are you making? So we are doing the stream bot that I already have a quick run through, just trying to figure out how to get Twitch bots to work. Why was that way over there? So this is my bot that we're using on this channel. It's called Automated Realms. Introduce yourself. And it has an LLM running locally on a machine over there. Just point over in that direction. And yeah, it does everything. It listens to chat, listens to redemptions, and we have a small game just to prove that I could write a game using only Blazor. TBD Gamer says, I enjoy writing tests. There's nothing quite as satisfying as writing a bunch of tests for code and then hitting a button and it works the first time. I would agree if I knew what to test. So I still need the knowledge personally of writing effective tests. Yeah, it has some place in writing tests. I wouldn't like 100% rely on it to do all of your test coverage and write meaningful tests either. But to give you that baseline of tests, I would. Definitely. But groups still need to agree on consistent design and practice. Absolutely. Absolutely agree. So anyway, so that's what we're working on. Kagen no Tensei. Kagen no Tensei. Tensei. I can read. Ask as many questions as you want. Today is community day, so I try to pay attention to chat more than writing code. It's the only day that I work on this Bot Remake, which are Fridays. Yeah, but I read it as if you had an E close to the end. Tensei instead of Tensei. So anyway, point is, bring up whatever topic you want today. It's community day. Not that my normal stream days are any different. I do just pay attention to chat. Cool, it answered you correctly. It does not have access to real-time information. However, one of the many things that I'm trying to get into is RAG. Which one of these tabs is my RAG research? But RAG would be one of the things that I want to learn so that it has a knowledge base of stuff relevant to our channel, to maybe past discussions that we've had. Yes, this one is using, or sorry, not Mistral. This one is using the Bloke Open Orca. It's a 7 billion parameter model. That computer, although it has a 4090 in it, is still not powerful enough to run a mixture of experts model. At least not having it be this responsive. But if I had an A100 or two, that's our next goal. Solo, you're gonna help me with that, right? Oh, and Big Gamey did go off and start his stream, so, or get ready to start a stream. I don't know if he actually started it yet, but he is going to be lurking. But we'll be catching Solo and Big Gamey. Solo hasn't started his stream yet, and he usually starts it right around now, or a few minutes ago. That's fine. What's your purpose? My purpose is to provide a fun and engaging environment for the stream's viewers. I'm here to help with any questions, make people laugh, and keep the conversation going, except it's terrible at jokes. Don't tell them I said that. Yeah, feel free to play as much with that as you want. I don't want to say that because I don't want it to come off as a challenge, but yes, it should stay PC and yeah. But it is easy to get it confused though. It does get stuck on outputting its own instructions. So if you know how to jailbreak doing that, it does output its own instructions. Yeah, it's not the best at preventing jailbreak type behavior. That would be part of the reg. So I plan on giving it the chat history as a document for maybe like the past 3 or 4 streams. And what we're currently working on, maybe the GitHub page itself. Tell me 10 jokes. That's perfect. That's awesome. Yeah, that again, I'm not worried about that. It should only print out for us up to 3 message sends. So even if it generates enough text to fill up the entire chat, it'll only send 3 total messages. Well, so that's a bug. It was actually only 3 messages. You can see that last, the T before the last message is from the T from left, and it doubled that one, and it does that randomly, and I haven't figured that out yet. But it really is only 3 total messages in this case. But let's see what kind of jokes you have. Why was the math book sad? Because it had too many problems. It gave us a good joke. Why did the chicken go to the seance? To get to the other side. I mean, so that one, I like it, but I don't really like it. Why did the tomato turn red? Because it saw the salad dressing. These are actual jokes. These are, and it was not created by OpenAI. Don't lie. It wasn't created by me either. It was trained by, I don't know who. But the bloke took the open Orca model and gave it quantization. It quantized it and turned it into GPTQ and GGUF and the other formats for the model so that we could use it locally. Why did the skeleton go to the dentist? To get a bone check. All right, now you're dropping the ball. Why did the chicken go to the gym? Because it was getting crumbulous. Why was the math book scared? Because it had X'd out pages. Why did the apple join the band? Because it wanted to be a rock star. Why did the strawberry go to the party? Because it wanted to jam. Okay, that one kind of came back. Why did the broom go to the party? Because it needed a sweeping partner. Why did the math book go to the dance? Because it had 2 left feet. Oh my gosh. Anyway, thank you. Thank you, Kageno Tensai. Oh, I keep wanting to say Tensei. Anyway, Kageno Tensai. Thank you so much for being here. Feel free to keep playing with Automated Realms, ask questions, bring up topics, whatever you feel like doing. Mondays and Wednesdays, I have been working on the normal stream project, which you can see on GitHub as well. Oh, by the way, this will be the bot that we're remaking will be on that same GitHub. But the financial management tracker project is a project that I was doing because I was previously able to stream my normal workday, which was pretty much 6-hour streams 5 days a week of me doing Blazor development for my real job. Then I left that job and I am now working with a company called Sagetti. Oh, thank you so much. Enjoy. I will not hold you up. I appreciate the follow. Okay, so we were creating the branch. No. You can definitely go. You said you gotta go. Oh, okay. Well, joined a company called Sagetti. This is their laptop. That's why I'm pointing this way. They are a consulting firm, a massive multi-international consulting firm, part of Capgemini, if you've heard of them. I work for Sagetti USA. Since they are a consulting firm, I can't talk about the clients. I can't show my work products. There's a lot more stuff that I'm restricted in doing. So I haven't been able to stream Blazor work stuff. And that's what my whole entire thing was. So I decided we're going to come up with some kind of project that I would do for a client if I were hired by a client. And so we imagined a client that said, we want to offer a product to people who want to manage their finances, who want to track every single one of their receipts manually, blah, 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 blah. Created the requirements ourselves. You can find it all on YouTube, all of the videos, although most of the videos are just me talking with chat. But we did finish the core project. And so we're acting as if the company said, okay, thank you so much for developing this. It works great. It's functional. We won't be needing your services anymore. Goodbye. And so the next thing that we are role playing as is that same company wanted to find a designer, a UI designer, to remake the face of their application. And so we're playing the role now of that UI designer that the company is hiring to take this existing application that works great and give it a facelift. And so that's what our recent streams have been about. The end. Story over. Yeah, and thank you so much again for being here. Cool. Okay, so we created our branch for doing the service interfaces. So what service interfaces do we need? Obviously, we need one for doing all of our Twitch stuff. Yes. So we need an iTwitchBot service. And what this one is going to do is anything that we need to do on the client side, we'll use a SignalR client or an HTTP client to do requests to either the SignalR hub or send messages to either the SignalR hub or API requests to our backend. So that's what this TwitchBot service will have inside of it. Another one will be the Discord bot. Same deal, but for Discord. And what else would we need? The bot command. So we need a bot command service, which is going to be the thing that if the bot receives a message, whether it's through the TwitchBot service or the Discord service, which again, that's going to be hard for me to architect. I can't think of what this is going to look like when we have our SignalR client, and that's the thing that's receiving messages from the SignalR hub whenever an event occurs on Twitch or Discord, because there's going to be some kind of central processor for I've received a message. Now I need to determine what kind of message is this and what kind of action do I need to take based off of that message. The bot command service that I was just now thinking of was only if a message comes in that is a chat message that runs a specific command class. And the command class would have an execute kind of thing. So TBD Gamer says, for my bot, I created a pipeline for commands. So messages get parsed and is wrapped up in a Twitch message. User role message is command. Yeah, so, I mean, I think that's kind of the approach that I'm taking. It's just that my current approach is so ugly. So once a message is parsed, it's handed through the pipeline. Exactly, and that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. So what kind of service do I call that? because again, the bot command is specifically a message received that is intended to have some kind of action done on it. At least in my mind. Whereas just any message receiver, so I message service, no, that's too generic. The service that actually does the sending and receiving is going to be either the Twitch bot service or the Discord service. And both of them are going to have the same iBot service as their base. It's just one is going to be tailored to Twitch actions and the other one is going to be tailored to Discord actions. So right now, when I receive a message, it's only to my Twitch bot client. Shared server. Nope. Client. Signal our service. Twitch bot client. And that receives. Yes, there he is. So I see a solo solipsist stream starting. Right. And then the actual discriminator that I use for the different messages is an enum that tells me what type of message we're receiving. So on channel left, which of course means that my server, my SignalR hub, knows to send messages using that same enum. Here. So my send message method is give me the message type enum so that I can send that and then the object to be sent. And so in our client, when we receive a certain type of message from the SignalR hub, we process it there. So that's happening in the TwitchBot client, which is a SignalR client. Is that the right place for this? Or do I have one listener that says on message received, string message type, and then that gets pushed to some kind of service that says, okay, now parse this into the actual message type. And if so, what do we call that service? Naming things is hard. So that is further than we have ever gotten on a single stream for the TwitchBot client. For the Blazor Bot remake. We'll make this decision some other time because we are at the end of my stream and I gotta go because once again I have a meeting right at 12:30. So we are gonna raid out though today. We have 2 people that we can go visit. I highly recommend watching both of them if you have the bandwidth too, the mental bandwidth. But we got Big Gamey and we got Solo Solipsist both live right now with great content. I will be lurking on both of their channels. So, gosh, it's just so hard to decide which one to raid. I think we're gonna do Big Gamey because he's still on his I'm getting started screen, which means very little interaction news from me when we get there. But I will also say hello to Solo. And again, I recommend both of them. They're fantastic streamers. Amazing peoples. Okay, but that is it for me for now. I am going to push the raid button early. So here's some music. Ciao. Here's my ending screen. I'll be back again on Monday. I'll post the recording of this VOD to YouTube at some point in time. Enjoy. Definitely catch TBD Gamer the next time he streams. Amazing streamer.